Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Kyra and today my hubby's gonna pick my makeup. If you're new to my channel, a very special welcome to you. I am so glad to have so many new friends here on this journey with me. And if you're not new, thank you for coming back. In today's video, I am having my hubby Brian pick my makeup. A few things you might want to know about Brian and I. We've been married for 17 years. I met him when I was 17 years old. So he's literally my old man. We've been together forever. But also Brian is colorblind and he is a very willing victim, if not a man of many words. So I hope you enjoy seeing him pick out my makeup. We'll do that first and then we'll get into this face. Alright, one of the foundation bottles and then one of those little concealers in that dish.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. The next drawer down, just a powder.
Just a powder?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Alright, next drawer down. These are bronzers for warming up the face. Make it look like you got a suntan when you're pale.
Sure. Hasn't been hardly used.
Okay, next is blush. You can see I have a blush problem.
Yeah, you do.
As opposed to clutter.
There you go. Okay.
Okay, and then the last one underneath is highlighter. It's the shiny stuff on your face.
Any of these? These two?
Yep.
There you go. Okay.
Okay. Alright, up top is the lips. There's the Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks there, and then there's those.
Here?
Yeah, those are the Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks, and then there's the 3 drawers. Alright, in the top drawer is my eyeshadow palette.
Oh. Yeah. Anybody looking to buy some stuff?
No, they're not.
$4 a piece.
No.
Use gently. All right, $3.50. I'm trying to find something that matches my eyes.
Oh. That's the one Aiden got me for Christmas. Remember picking out that one?
Yeah.
Those are, that one and the other one are my 2 most expensive ones that you've bought me.
These?
Yeah. Passing on the bright colors, huh?
What? Is that it?
That's it.
Woo! Have fun.
Great job, Kevyn.
All right, what do we think? I have seen now all of the things that Brian picked for me to apply today, and it's very funny. It was really super fun to watch him go through my makeup, especially my eyeshadow palettes. I did not entirely expect him to open every single one of them. He did, and I think we could all tell kind of where he was jiving with, and that was more of the neutral tones, which doesn't surprise me at all. So let's go ahead and start with the base. He did choose the Wet n Wild PhotoFocus foundation, the Dewy version. I have mine in the shade Light Medium or Buff Bisque. And I haven't applied this one with a brush yet, so I thought we'd try it that way today. And to address the elephant in the room, it looks like I got punched in the eye, or that my under eye has a fat lip, as I've been saying this morning, but it's allergies, like terrible allergies. I take 4 Zyrtec a day and Flonase, so I'm taking plenty of allergy medicine. But for the last couple of years in springtime, which was not a thing for me before, I always suffered from hay fever in the fall, like when things are very dry, but never like pollen type stuff in the spring. And so, you know, it's been interesting to say the least. And I'm like so thirsty all the time because I take so much allergy medication, but it is what it is. It does, everything kind of tapers off towards the warmer weather and I get a little break. So it was really fun to see Brian pick these products for me. He literally has never looked inside of my drawers before. He sees what's out on my desk. He knows I have a lot, but it was kind of interesting to see him dig through the drawers and just see all the things I have. I will say he did leave one comment as he left the room, and that was he's thinking something pinup style. So male. I do like this foundation. I do not mind the smell, but it does have a smell if fragrance bothers you. I think it's like lightly floral maybe. I mean, not even lightly, it's floral. Now for concealer, he picked the Revolution Conceal and Hydrate, and I'm kind of grateful for that. This is medium to full coverage, and I feel like I need it today. I had a thought the other day, and that was, I realized that the like fuzzy sponges from Juno & Co., while I really like them for some things, I really think it messes with certain things in other ways. Like, I think it messes with some base products in a way that is, wow, so much better. In a way that's, you know, not really an accurate reflection of the packet of the product that you're applying. So I'm back to using my beauty blender and kind of retrying some of the base products, specifically concealers, that I tested out during the time that I was using the Juno & Co. exclusively, if that makes sense. Okay, brows are did, and the powder that Brian picked for me is the Ulta Beauty Mineral Setting Powder. I've actually been crushing pretty hard on this powder lately, so it's funny that he picked it. As a matter of fact, one thing I should report is that prior to Brian picking out the products, I put all of my makeup away that was on my vanity except my Shop My Stash stuff. I didn't really want him to pick from the Shop My Stash stuff just because I use that makeup a lot in my content during the month that I shop my stash. I don't know if anybody notices that. So I didn't want it to become redundant, basically. So use this to set lightly under the eye, but I'm not going to bring it all the way up under because, oh, allergies. I just feel like this powder definitely sets really well on the face, as well as it really, I feel like it has a very soft blurring effect. So I really like this, and this foundation, this Dewy foundation, definitely needs to be set on me. I really haven't been using any setting spray, but we'll see how this looks at the end. But I have been just going over lightly my powder when I'm finished, just to kind of absorb any excess, but also like press it more in the skin. All right, bronzer. I'm kind of excited that he picked this one. Fuzz. And his comment when he pulled this one out was, this looks like it's hardly been used at all, and it does look like that, even though I used it for a hot minute last year when I got it. It's the Jouer Sunswept bronzer duo, and the two shades are Sunset and Sun Kissed. I tend to like to mix these two, so that's what I'm gonna do today. I like this bronzer a lot. I thought it was interesting too that he went for like looking at the duos versus the individual bronzers. Thought that was interesting. I don't know, it's kind of funny to me. I guess I don't know how interesting it is to you guys, but in the 2 years that for the 2 years that I have been doing YouTube, Brian has never made an appearance in any of my videos, and he really, I mean, he comments on how nice I look, but he doesn't, like, you know, he's male, he's not into makeup, he has no clue about makeup. He just is, you know, like I've spoken on before, he's kind of sneaky. He'll like sneak onto my Ulta or Sephora wish list and just order something and send it. Not to sound shallow or anything like that, but gifts, whether it's a salted nut roll candy bar or a Natasha Denona eyeshadow palette, gifts just speak to my heart. Like, for example, the other day we did our weekly grocery run. You know, came out of our quarantine and ran to Walmart for some essentials. We went through the whole store, and then we got up the checkout, and I was like, damn, I really wanted to buy some like pre-made iced coffee, like just a Starbucks little jug thing. And I was like, oh well, you know, I'd have to wait till next week. Well, then Brian had gone out the next day. I think he ran to Target for buns, because of course I forgot other things, because that's who I am. I just am forgetful. So anyhow, he came back from Target with iced coffee for me, and that just like made my week. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be anything spectacular. It doesn't have to be, I mean, like, I'm not a jewelry person or anything like that. So that's the kind of stuff that speaks to my heart, which is, you know, awesome, because my husband loves treating people and giving gifts and things like that. I'm reminded how much I love this. It's so pretty. I'm gonna have to pull that out in the near future. The highlight that he picked out is the Kevyn Aucoin NeoHighlighter in Sahara. This was a gift, but not from him. So you have, you know, these different shades of highlighter in here. And then the blush that he picked is the Sweet Cheeks Glow from NYX. This is in the shade Citrine Rose. Let's go into the highlighter first. I'm just gonna go in between sort of the lightest shade and this more pinky in the middle here. Oh, look at that glow. I don't use this highlighter nearly enough, but it is so pretty. I just love a very natural highlighter. Little history on Brian and I. We've been married for 17 years as of March, and I've known him since I was 17 years old. I'm fully convinced that God brought us together. It was just proven to us over and over again in kind of like divine measures that we were meant to be together, and I'm so lucky. I mean, he's lucky too, don't get me wrong. Alright, so that was the Kevyn Aucoin. Now we're gonna go into the NYX Sweet Cheeks. I don't know that I've really determined the best way I like to apply this, but for gets and shiggles, we're gonna go in with my Real Techniques blush brush. She's a big fluffy, so I think that might work nicely for this glowy blush. In general, I feel like I have trouble getting glowy blushes to look blended and whatnot on my skin, but that looks pretty good. I love this kind of color too. I love that. I kind of want to keep that out once this video is done. Wow, look at those cheeks. Okay, I have my eyes primed with the Ulta Beauty Matte Eye Primer in Nude, and the palette that Brian picked is the Double Entendre. I figured he was probably gonna go neutral, but I thought it was interesting to watch him pull things out like the e.l.f. New Classics and the Sultry palette from ABH, and then he ended up with this one, so I thought that was fun to watch personally. I think I'm gonna start off with this shade right here called Send Noodles, and I'm just putting this in the transition area just to give a nice base to blend the deeper shades over. I know Brian, and he likes neutral and natural, but we're gonna have a little smokage as well. So the next one, Nip Slip. Okay, maybe they're not PG. I'm gonna put this on the outer part of the lid and then blend it into the crease. I just like to put this on the outer part of my lid first to get off the bulk of the pigment, and then I flip the brush over and start working it into that crease, with the highest point being in line with the end of my brow, or what's drawn on of my brow. You know how that goes. I think for a little bit more, I'm gonna use this shade right here, which is called Draft. I'm gonna put this on the outer part of the lid where we had put the crease shade, and then I'm gonna blend it, and inevitably a little bit of it will end up in the crease. Same brush as the previous shade. So there you go. You can see here, got a little bit of a bronze situation, and then just lightly blending it in. No additional product, and I'm just going to blend. Again, just making sure we have no harsh edges. We don't want none of that shenanigans. I really like this color. It's just pretty. That one's called Keep It PG. Which I would, but this palette is not PG, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna start that right on the edge of where we left off with the bronze. Definitely punches that up. Alright, taking the brush that we applied the bronze with, I'm just gonna tap that on the floor and just tap that over that lid shade just so we have a nice blend. Make sure that bronzy shade is still present. I'm gonna go into this shade called Flasher, and this just seems like more of a texture that's going to be friendly to my inner eye for brightening and things like that, and especially because of the allergy eye fat lip situation. Ooh, that's gorgeous. Going into that burgundy, which is called Hard, I'm gonna take this very small, dense, domed brush, and I'm gonna put this just on the very outer part of the lid, kind of coming in at an angle. And this is going to be our little pop of burgundy to go with the lip that Brian picked. That really doesn't surprise me. But it'll just kind of play off of that a little bit. And it will be, you know, kind of some depth for the look, but soft depth, if that makes sense. I think we'll go with Teddy Bare, B-A-R-E, naughty. That same dense stone brush, pick up just a tiny bit. Gonna put this just on the very outer part of the lid here. But then I'm gonna go in with a flat definer brush on the lower lash line, maybe? Or maybe just put this in the outer corner right here. I think I'm gonna take that same shade Flasher that we used on the inner part of the eye and take the smallest amount and put that just under the brow arch. There's a maintenance situation that needs to happen for my brows that hasn't happened yet. I'm gonna pop off of here, do some liner and mascara. I didn't have Brian pick those things because I didn't, you know, I like to use what I like to use. I only have like one product open for certain things. So I'll be right back and you'll see the lippy he picked for me. All right, we're back and the eyes are finished off. I used my Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk eyeliner and my BareMInerals Lashtopia mascara. And we're down to lips. So the lip Brian picked for me, it was actually not a surprise whatsoever. Brian loves a deeper red or berry lip on me, so this is from Sephora. It's a mini of the Sephora Rouge Matte in the shade M11. If there's a shade name or if it's available, I'll put it up on the screen here, but it looks like this. So I'm going to line my lips first with my Jaune Bleu lip liner in the shade Brown Sugar. Alright, here we go with this lipstick. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to do some soap brows real quick and then we'll go see what Brian thinks. Alright, let's go see what Brian thinks. Toasting. Welcome to my new house.
Hey, there you go. That looks real good.
You like it?
Yeah, I do. Cinnamon. You like that?
What's you making? I already told him you were making carrot cake.
There you go.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Alright. Thank you, hubby, for freaking my makeup.
You're welcome.
Alright, so there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed this style of video. I've been wanting to do something like this for a while, but I think Brian did a really fantastic job. Like I said, the lip is not a surprise. I kind of figured it would be something like this, and I knew it would be neutral, so this was fun. I had a good time bringing the old hubby on the channel. I hope you all are staying safe and well during this time in this world, and I hope that you are being kind to everyone, but especially to yourself. I hope all of your makeup days are absolutely beautiful makeup days. I feel like a pinup. I don't know if I look like one. And I will see you in my next video soon.